Hello and welcome back to Football Manager. We're on the transfer history screen because we're actually in the next season. I didn't really see much of a point of just playing the Reading game without being able to do a season review, because the season review was actually over a month after the Reading game because of the playoffs. So that was kind of awkward, I'll admit, to try and record that. So instead I've played through all the way till the start of the next season, done all my transfers in and out. As you can see, quite a few Brazilian wonder kids, one Italian wonder kid, and a Turk. Then you've also got a couple of English players, one Portuguese, one German, and then an older English player for homegrown national stuff. The only reason I signed him. £59 million. We had a budget of £42 million to spend this year, and all of that was gone by the end of June. We really did not have a lot of money. By the end of June, we'd spent all of it, effectively. So we had to have a minor exodus. Carlos Fierro, gone. Pedro Diaz, gone. Let's see. Carl McGuinness, gone. Sapinara, gone. Muric, Sabata, all gone. Murphy, especially, he's out. Loads of players out on loan. Romeo, Bradshaw, Adamonis. A load of our youth players. We had to really step up our intake of cash, because otherwise we weren't going to be able to do it. One player that is out on loan still, actually there's 3 players out on loan still at Boston. Ted Mengi, Jack Coulters and Sam Jones, all still out on loan at Boston. I extended their loans for another year, so they're still there. I think they've played 2 games now, I think. Or is it just the one? No, it's just the one. It was a 1-1 draw against Accrington Stanley, and not a bad game. I actually went to watch it because why not? Boston, my old club, thought it was only fair. And as you can see, they equalised. That penalty should not have been given. The tackle that was done by Vinnie Dwyer clearly got the ball. I'm biased. I'm obviously biased. A mini pre-season friendly between us, Boston, Ipswich and Celtic. Celtic won, unsurprisingly. If you have a quick look at our pre-season stuff, you can see we've beaten a lot of teams. I mean, we really have. I mean, take out Bournemouth, Schalke, Borussia Mönchengladbach, San Sebastian, Sevilla and Valencia. We've beaten a fair number of teams that are very big teams. Everton we've beaten, Leicester we've beaten, Porto, PSV, Ajax, Sporting Lisbon, FC Köln. We've beaten all of them. I mean, the only teams we didn't beat, we didn't lose badly except for San Sebastian, but they have Alexander Isak, who didn't actually score, but they've also got Lacazette and Oyarzabal, 2 international wonders. And we had Tommy Doyle sent off in the 57th minute. Before his sending off, it was 2-2. 5 goals were conceded after he was sent off. I think I know what happened. Schalke was just a 2-2 draw with penalties that we ended up losing thanks to Sebastian Casares. We lost to Celtic 2-1 thanks to Luis Suarez. Not the Luis Suarez, he's actually now retired this season. But actually the Luis Suarez from Colombia, not Uruguay. He's not bad, but he's not going to sign for us anymore, I don't think. But, oh yes, one more thing before we go into the game. I'm now the manager of Cameroon. Because Cameroon, as well as many other African teams, also had a minor exodus of managerial staff. If I quickly change this to competitions. Cameroon lost to Ghana in the African Cup of Nations quarter-final. After the African Cup of Nations, about 12 national teams let go of their managers. I applied for 2 of them, Cameroon and Ivory Coast, and they both offered me the job on the same day, and I chose Cameroon. I was also offered another job by a Premier League side this season, before the start. Oh god, what's happened? Right, and that's player stats. Why is that changed? That's annoying. Oh, that's very annoying. player stats. Yeah, there we go. Right, anyway, as I was saying, I was offered by another Premier League side, Manchester United, who are mid-table, because they haven't played a game yet. Vladimir Weiss was sacked last season. Doesn't actually say it there, it's here. Sacked last season after finishing in 5th place, and I was offered £120,000 a week to go and manage them. What the hell? Why has it done that? Right, player stats. This one was managed performance, and then this one was finance and salary. There we go. I don't know why it keeps changing these. I'm going to turn that off at the top. Okay, good. Okay, and good. Right, because everyone's turned off, nothing should be changing. Oh, bugger, I didn't show you the team. Everything's just going wrong today. I don't know why. I mean, it's just a weird day. Right, Alvaro, our striker for today, Balogun on the bench with Louis Barry. Left wing, got Albrighton, swapping over from his previous season of right wing. Central attacking midfielder Rothwell, Emre Moore on the right wing. Staple central midfielder Tommy Doyle and Ben Thompson. Fullbacks Brandon Williams and Kadu, with Richard Nate and Matthew Clark as centre-backs because Tuanzebe is still injured. Turgeman is our goalkeeper. Dinel Simya, Dominguez Kina, Etienne Capoue, Ben Knight, Falarin Balogun, Louis Barry and Anil Erdgan are all on the bench at the Amex Stadium today. And, yeah, I mean, what can you really expect? We're not going to win this game, I wouldn't have thought. Actually, we're starting out with a highlight, which is never normally good, I'll admit. But, yeah, we not expect to win this game. I don't expect us to win this game. I think a draw is the best option that we could probably get from this match. A win if we're lucky, but I don't see it happening. I think a loss is the most likely option. Brighton's team, from what I looked at, are comfortably mid-table in quality. So I do think they've got the opportunity to stay up quite comfortably this season. And just proven by how much they're passing the ball around us, it's just clear that they are the better team. And as you can see, Martin Rodriguez gives them a 1-0 lead in the first minute, which is just not good. We now drop down to 19th place, so it's not that bad. I think Man City beats, I think it was Watford on the first day, 3-0. So obviously, we won't go bottom anytime soon. Oh no, it wasn't Watford. Who was it then? It was 3-0. It was Leicester. They lost 3-0 and they beat 3-0. So yeah, not an easy opposition, obviously, to beat 3-0, but not just difficult either. I want to ask the team to be a bit creative going into the second third of the first half. And as you can see, not a single highlight since the first goal. Oh, goal kick from McCrory, the goalkeeper for Brighton. Jason picks the ball up on the right wing. Now to Willock. Willock passes it forward to Matheson. And Matheson crossed the ball in for Rodriguez to head against the crossbar. This is not doing well for Millwall. I don't understand what's happening for the team. We got a bit of passion for the next bit of the game half. Doyle with a free kick swings it in. Caught straight out of the air by McCrory though. It's a terrible free kick from Doyle. Rolls it short to Willock. Willock kicks it forward. Jason picks it up. Passes it out to the left wing, but Kadu picks it up for us. Emre Moore now. A ball forward, tries to find Alvaro, but Abraham picks it up instead. Now to Luke. No idea how to pronounce that name. I think it's Lukiema. No idea. The eye's got a little flick on the top of it, so I'm not actually too sure. And a very poor shot from Brighton. Thankfully means that we are not in the threat of going 2-0 down in the first half. Yet. Rodriguez swings the ball in. I don't know what happened there, but I'm glad, because it didn't end in a goal. But for the last 10 minutes, we're going to... We head away by Thompson. Jason now picks the ball up in the closest end window down in case the ball goes somewhere over there. Thompson clears the ball long, thankfully. Right, get a bit creative. Clark with the ball now. To Kadu. Back to Clark. Now to Nate. A big ball forward for Albright to chase, but it's being picked up by Matheson. Matheson to Lukemi. Oh, Albright picks the ball up though. Albright holds the ball up and shoots, but it's saved by McCrory for a corner kick. 40th minute. Will Millwall get an equaliser? No. Not with a corner like that, they won't. And I think that's probably the end of the half there. Oh, but maybe not. Bernardo throws it to McAllister. McAllister gets a straight past the defender, but blocks it again. Willock now with the ball to Matheson on the right wing. Cross the ball in, and Rodriguez's header does make it 2-0. Brighton do lead 2-0 at the Amex Stadium. This is very poor from our Millwall side. I've beat them up too much before the game, and they've obviously taken it the wrong way. Bernardo with the ball now. A minute and a half before half time. Cross the ball in, but it's blocked by Kadu. Back to Bernardo though. Rodriguez back to Bernardo. Headed in, crossed in away by Williams, but Jason makes it 3-0. This is clearly not a very nice travel for the London fans to the south coast. Looks like a very packed stadium. Actually, it might even be a full stadium for the opening day of the season. I must skip that as well. If this is a full stadium, this is a very, very unfortunate day. A bit aggressive, and ask them to get revenge on Brighton for what happened in the last game. Alvaro has played terribly in this game, so we're going to give Barry his debut. We're also going to take off Williams for Erdogan. That may have actually been a bad idea, but it's the best I've got for left back. I think that's what I'll do for now, and hope that we can get something out of this game. Even just a goal will be preferable to a 3-0 defeat, and it is, by the looks of things, a full stadium. 30,666 with 3,000 away fans. That's a very, very sad trip for a London fan. Pulgar now to the ball. Back to Willock. Back to Pulgar. Out wide. Finds Jason. Now to Matheson. Matheson back to Jason again. Jason crossed the ball into the middle. Rodriguez tries to get it, but it's taken away by Kadu now. Bernardo picks the ball up. Back to Abraham. Not Abram. Just realised it's not Abraham, it's Abram. There's no H in there. Willock now to Victor Bobson. Out wide for Jason again. Lots of their attacks are coming through that right wing. And then Erdogan just made a terrible mistake. And it very nearly ended up with a goal. Throw in for Brighton though. And another throw in for Brighton here. Bernardo throws it to Pulgar. Back to Bernardo now. Loses out to Thompson. Thompson clears the ball away. He's going to be caught up by the Brighton players, but he gets around them in the middle for Moore. Moore has a shot that goes in off of the back of one of the Brighton players, Louis Abram. 3-1 currently. Will we be able to pull off an unthinkable comeback, or will we still succumb to a defeat? That actually came off of the striker, Barry. I mean, not complaining, it went in the goal regardless, but, you know. Abram now with the ball to Pulgar. Out wide to Willock, in the middle, for Willock. Now out wide for Matheson. Matheson plays it forward to Jason. Jason in the middle again for Willock. Forward to McAllister. Out wide to Jason again. Jason gets into the box, and it's headed away by Clark, only as far as Willock. Plays to McAllister, who does score a fourth for Brighton. And yet again, it's not a very pleasant viewing for a London fan. The Millwall fans are not going to be happy. I'm just hoping that we can stabilise everything after this result and at least position ourselves mid-table going into the next video, which will be whenever it will be, but it will take place in October. And it does look very likely that we're going to be losing this match. Pulgar now with the ball for Brighton. Now to Victor Bobson. Rothwell takes it. Rothwell runs it forward, gets it past Abram. Rothwell pass forward to Barry, and Barry's shot is saved by McCrory. Corner kick in the 79th minute. Albright swings the ball in. Again, another terrible corner kick. But Thompson does pick up the scraps and scores a second for Millwall. And again, hope does refill in their hearts. There's a chance that Millwall could salvage something. But I just don't see it happening. Demand more. Pause, make one more substitute. Alright, the substitute of... I think probably the best one would be to bring off Nate, who is really not playing well for Simya. Apparently Erdogan's actually now at a 2-star, not 1.5 star like he was previously. Free kick, back to McCrory, now to Victor Bobson, Lukemi. Pulgar back to Lukemi, I think it was. Rodriguez now with the ball, back to Kone. Back to Pulgar. In the middle for Bobson. Rodriguez loses out to Thompson. Rothwell picks the ball up out to Emre Moore. Now to Clark. Ball forward for Barry, and it's wide of the post. Terrible play. But Bournemouth thankfully are beating Norwich 5-1, so I'm very happy. Rodriguez plays it forward to Nelson. Nelson out wide to Rodriguez again. Rodriguez crossed the ball in at the far post, and it is another goal. 5-2. Brighton have now beaten Millwall thanks to Andras Spora. I am distressed, let's put it that way. Doyle back to Simya. Back all the way now to Turgeman. I don't know how bad of a day he must be having to concede 5 goals. Clark out wide to Emre Moore. Moore plays it in the middle for Thompson. Thompson out wide finds Kadu. Kadu runs it in. Back to Moore. Moore jumps over the tackle. Has a shot, but it's again a miss. Our shooting has been very poor. And with another minute left to go, Brighton have defeated Millwall 5-2 at the Amex Stadium. And it's very, very, very unfortunate. And I will be aggressive with them, because I did not like what I saw with that performance. But as you can see, Arsenal game on the 20th is too far away for me to logically be able to go to that date. So we'll play this game obviously and just go from here. We'll end the video when I've looked into the fixture screen to see what fixtures we could be playing, and then we'll go from there at this point. But it was a terrible, terrible debut for our Brazilian wonder kids. Our Italian wonder kid's on loan, we can't blame him. And by the looks of things, most of our loanees did very well on their debut. Well, Cole Palmer's there for another year. And Stam is unfortunately happy with the result. Okay, there we go. Here come the never mind. So, some positive results. Boston again, a 1-1 draw, sorry. Who are you? Do I know you? Do I care about you? That's not a question I should ask. No idea who he is. Anyway, looking into the fixtures of Millwall. Good, nothing's changed again. I think the best time to come back would probably be for the Carabao Cup second round into the Newcastle game. Most likely, I think that's probably the best option, yeah. Because obviously with international breaks happening, lots of gaps do appear. So I think 29th to 2nd is the best option. So play 2 games off camera, then come back for the Carabao Cup game. Sounds about right. So until then, I bid thee adieu. Goodbye.